You ever look at your dog and just get this feeling they're waiting for something? And I don't mean a treat or a walk, but something deeper. It's so easy to miss in our crazy, busy lives, but our dogs are sending us these little signals all day long. So today, we're going to tune in and decode 10 simple acts of love they are absolutely silently hoping for.
Wow. Just let that sink in for a second. Their entire life is dedicated to us, and so much of that time is spent just hoping for a few specific moments of real, true connection. It's a powerful thought, and maybe even a little heartbreaking if we're being honest.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? Our dogs are communicating with us constantly, in their own unique way. But are we actually listening? Are we picking up what they're putting down? Well, let's dive in and find out exactly what it is they're trying to say.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute foundation of everything, the very first language our dogs understand. And it has nothing to do with commands or treats. It's way simpler. It's the language of our presence.
This brings us to the very first act of love, pure presence. I mean, think about it. Dogs don't worry about yesterday's mistakes or stress about tomorrow's to-do list. Their entire world, their whole universe, is what's happening in this exact moment. And what they want more than anything is for us to be in that moment with them. Phones down, minds clear, just being there.
No, really, think about it. When was the last time, not petting while you're scrolling, not half watching TV, just sitting, doing absolutely nothing? You know that quiet moment when they lean into you and just let out that deep, contented sigh? To them, that isn't just a small thing. That is the thing. It's their silent way of saying, I am safe, I belong, I am loved.
And that whole idea of being present, it flows right into their favorite activity of all time. This brings us to a fantastic concept, act number 2, the sniffari. Now this is so much more than a walk. Think of it as a sensory adventure where you completely hand over the reins. Your dog is the guide, and your only job is to follow that incredible nose wherever it decides to lead.
This really breaks it down, doesn't it? So often, our walks are the one on the left. A chore, right? A race to get to the corner and back so we can check it off our list. But when we just shift our mindset to the one on the right, it becomes this shared adventure. Letting them explore all those new smells actually builds their confidence and turns a boring old routine into a powerful, powerful bonding experience.
All right, so beyond just our presence, our dogs look to us for something even more fundamental: safety. This whole next section is about the promise we make to them, the promise to create a world where they feel so secure they can finally let their guard down and just be themselves.
Act number 3 is the daily health check-in. And look, this is about way more than just trips to the vet. It's that quiet ritual of just running your hands over their body, checking for anything new, brushing their coat. Every single touch becomes the silent promise. It's your hand saying, I see you, I'm watching over you, you are safe with me.
Now for the fourth act of love. This one is all about our tone of voice. Dogs are, well, they're masters of emotion. They might not understand the lyrics, the actual words we're saying, but they feel the music behind them 100%. A gentle tone can be incredibly calming, but an angry one, man, even if it's not directed at them, it can feel like a thunderstorm just rolled into their world.
And that feeling of safety, it helps build what we can call an emotional home. And that's act number 5. See, for a dog, home isn't just a physical place. It's a feeling of predictable calm. When they know what to expect from their day, they can finally stop scanning for threats and just relax. They can truly, deeply relax into just being themselves.
And creating safety also means respecting their need for space. This is act number 6, and it's so important. Just like us, dogs sometimes need to decompress. When they retreat to their bed or their favorite spot, they're sending a really clear signal. Forcing interaction in those moments can actually break their trust in us. But honoring their need for solitude, that builds it, big time.
Man, this quote, it perfectly sums up act number 7, being their advocate. In any stressful situation, a stranger comes to the door, another dog gets too pushy, your dog will look to you. And this is exactly what they're silently asking. Can you handle this, or do I have to? Stepping in for them, creating space, or just removing them from the situation is the most powerful way to say, I've got this, you can relax.
Okay, we've covered presence and safety. Now for the fun part, joy. This section is all about enriching their lives and sharing in the thrill of adventure together.
This brings us to act number 8, the art of grace, or as I like to call it, instant forgiveness.
Dogs live completely in the now. So if they chew up a shoe and you're still mad 20 minutes later, they have zero idea why. They can't connect your anger to the action. All they feel is confusion coming from their favorite person in the world. The key? Correct the behavior the moment it happens, and then, poof, let it go. Immediately switch your energy right back to love.
And this is so true. Which brings us to Act 9, providing mental challenges. Look, a bored dog is almost always a sad dog. You have to remember many of our dogs were bred for a specific job, and they still have that instinct deep down. So give them a job. Puzzle feeders, 5 minutes of training, or even just hiding some treats around the house. It satisfies that ancient need and makes them feel so capable and smart.
And now, we've arrived at the final act. This one is, well, it's the most important, and it's absolutely the most difficult act of love. This is about fulfilling the ultimate promise we make to them the day they come into our lives.
We all know this time will come, as much as we hate to think about it, when the walks get a little shorter and the naps get a little bit longer.
In those final moments, when they are scared and unsure, they aren't looking for a stranger in a white coat. They're looking for one thing, and one thing only.
They look for you. Your face is their anchor in the storm. Your presence is the only comfort they've ever truly understood.
This is Act 10. It is the hardest thing we will ever have to do. But being there, holding them, letting them hear your voice, it is the final gift we can give them. It fulfills that promise of forever. It's the last and most profound thank you for a lifetime of unconditional love. Our dogs give us their entire lives. All they ask for in return is our presence, our patience, and our protection. So after everything we've talked about today, what one act of love are you going to give your dog?